Once you get to that point of thinking and business, you are building a solid institution. Treat each day as day one. Even if you are in business for 10, 15, 20, 100 years, how did your day one look like? We're now at a time where as salespeople, as sellers, as business owners, we need to pause. Your thinking can be your biggest asset or it can be your biggest enemy.
All right, so today we're talking about selling in this competitive age, right? And I'm here with Themba, who's a sales expert, who's going to be having a very great conversation with us. So, Themba, before we go too far, how are you?
Webster, thank you so much. I like the use of the word expert,
Of course.
sales expert. You know, it's interesting. Over the years that I've been selling, I have seen so much change in the market, and I'm so glad we're having this conversation today. But to answer your question, I'm fine.
Perfect.
I'm
No,
fine.
perfect. So let's set the context here and let's set the
Yes.
mood for this conversation that we're going to be having by asking just a few fundamental questions.
Yeah.
So to you, according to you, what does selling in this age of competition mean to you personally?
So it means so many things, but I think if I can possibly bring it down to one thing, I would say it means standing out, right? It means standing out, from the noise. What does standing out mean, Webster? I'm going to use an example of a recent interaction we've had with one of our clients. Long-standing client. When I say long-standing, I mean this is a client we've been doing business with for more than 5 years,
Nice.
which is exactly what actually selling should be about, right? And especially selling in this age of competition, you want to lock in clients, right? Selling in the age of competition means that to me. It means standing out. It means being different. It means being trustworthy. How trustworthy are you, Webster? And I mean, I want you to think about it honestly. How trustworthy are you? And what do your customers think about you? Do they trust you?
Of course,
Do your customers trust you?
they do.
Okay, that's good for you. But I'll tell you one thing. There's so many people out there who are not trustworthy. And selling in the age of competition means that as well. It means you must be a person who can be trusted. Let me give you another point, Webster. This is a very important one. It's about thinking long term.
Okay.
We are now at a time where people are concerned about, short term gains. Okay, I've got the business, I've got this money, I've got their money, I've got their money. That's just the beginning.
True.
You've got to think long term. You've got to think, how do I work with Webster till kingdom come? If I can put it like that.
Yeah.
So this whole thing of selling in the age of competition is about the reputation. It's about reputation. The guys from real estate like to say location.
Yeah.
But to me, this whole thing is about reputation.
Makes sense. Well, with that being said, actually,
Yeah.
so that being said, and I know you spoke about long term, right?
Yeah.
So within the past 5 to 10 years, what has changed in the sales landscape, right? And what was the driving force behind that change?
Okay, so I mean, what has changed is, the speed of, of how things happen, and also through tech, obviously, tech has brought so much innovation. What has changed also is customers are becoming more, knowledgeable, access to information,
Yeah.
because all of us have got access to information here
Yeah.
on our fingertips.
Yeah.
So I don't necessarily have to wait for you to come and educate me, right? I am actually expecting you to come and help me make a decision. I've got the information.
True.
I've got the information. What I'm looking for is for you to come and help me make the right decision. So what has changed is exactly that customers are becoming more intelligent. Our technology is accelerating. The rate of how things happen. Disruption, global disruption. There's this whole concept of you've got to think global, but service local.
Yeah.
Right? And what I mean by that is the guys today, and I've said this like 1,000 times, I'm starting to sound like a broken record. The guys who are disrupting your business today, it's not just the guys in your, in your space, in your town, in your province, in your country, in your continent. It's everyone, from across the world. The guys sitting in India, in China, in wherever, they are eating your lunch here in South Africa. And all thanks to technology.
True. So then the question then is, because now you're diving into competition. So then the question then is, has then competition increased, or have we seen an increase in the visibility of competition? Is there real competition that's increasing, or it's just now we're more tuned to what's really happening? We can see, competition is increasing.
It has accelerated. And I mean, it's obvious because, service providers are entering market spaces in high numbers. It's no longer just about one service provider or two. It's hundreds of service providers gunning for the same customer.
True.
Seeking attention from the same client. Back in the days, you'd get away with, bad service, bad reputation, inflated prices, manipulation, because customers didn't have options to choose from.
True.
You were possibly, the only sheriff in town. Right?
True.
When I wanted, Webster services, I could only go to Webster.
Yeah.
But today there's 1,000 Websters in front of me. And this is why I'm saying the rate of competition has accelerated. Competition has always been there.
True.
And you haven't asked me, what my take on competition. I've got nothing against competition. For all what it's worth, I love competition because it helps us be innovative. Yeah. It helps us think outside the box. It helps us be more useful.
True.
It helps us challenge ourselves. It helps us give customers value. Because suddenly, we're not the big deal anymore. If people are not happy, if my customers are not happy with me, they'll just leave. And I'll tell you one thing for free, Webster. The customers that I know don't send in complaints anymore. They just leave.
Yeah.
They haven't got the time to go to Hello Peter or, call you, leave you a note, give you feedback, suggestion box, all those type of things. They just leave. They just disappear. They just disappear. They just vanish. They just disappear like ice.
Yeah.
It was ice, now it's water. Now it's gone.
Makes sense. Yeah, no. I know exactly what you're talking about. But now that you're talking about that, that means now we need to understand today's buyer more.
10 times, 100 times.
We need to understand today's buyer more, because then that will help us solve these issues that you're talking about. But then with that being said, what do you think then today's, or rather modern buyers today, what are they really expecting from salespeople that they weren't expecting before, that wasn't there before? What are the changes in expectations now that we're facing?
They're expecting solutionists. They're expecting people who bring solutions. And they're also expecting, quality of service, quality of product.
True.
They're expecting people who can be trusted. Webster, the real test of character is when things are not going right.
Yep.
When everything is going well, it's easy for all of us to say, if you need anything, just call me. Right?
True.
Until it's time to call you.
Yeah.
Now you've gone MIA. Suddenly you are too busy to come and fix your mess.
To fix the problem, yeah.
To fix the problem. Let's even call it a mess, because it's a mess. The word problem is light. Let's call it what it is. To fix your mess. You've caused the mess. It's time for you to come and clean it. And that's when you really, Webster, the time when you really have to get your hands dirty, fixing your mess. That's when we know your true character.
100%.
Webster, the challenge today is that we've got so many people who've got no real or true values. People are fake.
No, that's true.
People are fake.
No, that's true.
And I think that mentality is costing a lot of people business. What are your values, Webster? What are your values? Just give me one value as an example.
Sheesh, one of my values is dependability.
Okay,
I'm dependable.
Okay, 100%. I love that.
Yeah.
But you see, what I like about values is that it's not something which just print and paste on the wall, or we have on our fancy business profiles, company profiles, fancy websites and stuff, right? It's something that becomes our guiding principles.
No, true.
Do you get what I'm saying? So I believe that as well. So it's not just one thing, right? And understand, I'm giving you almost an ocean of answers here.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying to you is, it's not just one thing. It's it's different things. It's trust. It's reliability. It's values. It's quality of product. It's it's good service. It's being there. When customers need you the most, not when you want to sell to them, but when it's time to service them. Did you know, Webster, that so many businesses today, they are losing customers as fast as they get new clients? They're running a recycling machine. They've got this leaking bucket.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
So they are getting more clients, but they're actually just losing more, they're losing. So there is no thinking around quality of service retention for long term. This is why I was talking to you about this whole long term concept.
No repeat clients.
Customers don't come back. They buy once, but they don't come back. So it seems as if you are winning, but you're not winning in the long term. It seems like you're winning now.
Nah, 100%.
But in the long term, you're not winning. 100%. Look at the guys in the financial service, what they're doing. The great financial advisors. Over the years, 15, 20 years, they've built a business. They've built a book that without him having to lift his finger, lift his head early in the morning, month end, 500,000, 100,000, 1 million, whatever millions or thousands of the work that he has put over the years. That's the thinking.
No, it makes perfect sense.
And do you know what that does? It now opens up opportunities for referrals. Because if I like you, Webster, you've serviced me very nicely, very well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to channel everyone to you.
100%.
Look, I know a guy. Give him a call.
100%.
But no, Webster, if you bullshit me, I promise you, everywhere I'm going, I'm labeling you as red flag.
Of course.
Everywhere I'm going, if people want something that you offer, I'm going to tell them, don't go to this guy.
No, it makes perfect sense. I mean, even with the work I do, I think I've got 98% of my clients are number one repeat clients, but are also referrals from happy clients.
That's a solid business.
So it makes sense. Reputation is
you've got to get to a point where you build a referral based business.
Yeah.
You want to turn your customers into your
cheerleaders,
your sales people.
Yeah.
If I can put it like that, you've got to turn your customers. You've got to have your customers become an extension of your sales team.
100%.
Right?
100%.
It becomes that law of multiplication. You've got 3 clients. Each of them will push for them to introduce you to 3 more people. Now you've got 9. Push for those to introduce you to 3 each. Now you've got 27, I believe.
It's a proper pyramid scheme.
Not even a pyramid scheme. It's a domino effect.
It's a proper pyramid. A good one. A good pyramid.
Okay, but it's a referral based business.
No, 100%.
It's a referral based system.
100%.
Once you get to that point of thinking and business, you are building a solid institution.
No, 100%.
You are building a solid organization.
100%.
How do you get to that website? How do you get to building a referral-based system? The biggest factor is trust. Like I said to you,
100%.
don't bullshit people.
100%.
You know, these big organizations, most of them, they've been getting away with inflating prices. And now the real competition is pushing them to really think twice.
Yeah, in almost every market.
And let me add something, Webster. This whole concept of brand loyalty is dying.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. It is dying. It's starting to show that people can actually, people are prepared to move from a brand if they see value at a, at a price which, they can, I don't want to use the word afford, but comfortable with. If they, okay, let me put it like this. People are prepared to move from a brand to another brand where they realize value for money. Okay, let me ask you a question. It seems like you don't believe me on this one.
I'm in the middle.
I'll ask you, okay, you're in the middle, 50-50 is fine. Then that's a good point of negotiation because we need to start convincing each other.
Yes, sir.
The art of negotiation. I'll ask you a question.
Okay.
Have you ever moved from a brand that you've been loyal to for the longest time to a new brand just came into the market because you see value from that new product? And it's a yes or no type of an answer. If you haven't, it's fine. If you have, it's also fine.
No, I haven't.
Okay, you have it. But let me ask you a question. Would you move from a brand that you have been, buying from for a long time to a new brand that just came into the market but proves to be just as valuable as the brand that you've been used to? Quality product, competitive pricing, good of service, meets your expectations.
I mean, yes, if it meets those, yes, but then also if it meets from an aspirational point of view.
Let me do this to you. I want to now you picture a coin, because what we're dealing with now, it's a coin with heads and tails.
Right.
It's two sides of the same coin.
100%.
The question I'm asking you about new entrants in the market,
right?
That whether you would move to them. I'm going to ask you the same question about the brand that you've been loyal to for the longest time.
Right.
Would you leave that brand that you've been loyal to for the long time if it doesn't or no longer meets your expectations?
If it no longer meets my expectations, I would.
Okay.
I would.
Okay.
Yes.
And what is the other reason you would leave besides meeting expectation? What is the other reason you would leave a brand you've been loyal to for the longest time?
Okay, so for me, I'm not the usual type of person, so it wouldn't be price for the most part, yeah. But it would mostly be some of the expectations that we spoke about, but also if the message, like what I stand for, is what this brand stands for. If it stands for something different, we're no longer aligned with each other.
So that's where I'm coming from when I say to you, the whole concept of brand loyalty is slowly dying down. It is slowly dying down because of those reasons. Because big brands have somewhat neglected, their customers because we've got them. They've relaxed.
I get you.
They're relaxing. This is why you see the underdogs, guys who are getting into the market, they win most of the market share because they're coming in with so much hunger. They come with so much aggression to want to prove a point.
No, from that
compared to the big brands, the guys who've been existing 20,000 or 2,000 years BC.
Yeah, the old guys.
We have been here. We have been doing this. We've got the market share. We've got the customers. So what?
No, I get you. It's a tough one. It's a tough one.
It's a very interesting one. This is why, when I was reading Jeff Bezos' book a couple of years back,
Yeah.
I don't remember many things from that book. It's very long, but I remember one line,
Okay.
just one line, which is fine. Treat every day as day one. That's what he was saying. In that book, treat every day as day one. Treat each day as day one. Even if you are in business for 10, 15, 20, 100 years, how did your day one look like?
It was hectic.
It was hectic, but you were also excited. You were energetic. You were you were looking forward to getting your first customer. How did it feel when you first onboarded a client, your first client? How did it feel?
That was amazing.
It was amazing, right?
Of course.
Okay, but I mean, because now we are used to it, it doesn't seem like it means something
Anymore. I get you. Yeah.
It's just another client. We've got 100,000 clients.
Yeah.
It's just website's just another client.
Another number.
It's just another number.
I get you.
And we can't have that mentality. And this is why I'm saying, big brands, big businesses fall into that trap. And I can understand, it can be a challenge to then, this is nowadays become a very big business. It doesn't just turn,
No. It makes sense.
Things don't just move. There's a hierarchy of levels. There's a hierarchy of decision making. Right? If you need to make a decision before it gets to the seventh signature, it's 6 months, it's 12 months.
No, I get you. But so then with all of that now being said, then we come into this age now where information is freely accessible.
Yeah.
To almost everyone who has a smartphone or something. How has that then shifted the power dynamics between obviously seller and buyer? How does this play out? Because now obviously the buyer has more options and they can actually check what they're looking for and they can see, there's 15 companies that have this particular thing.
But I mean, you've said that earlier. You gave us that answer earlier. I don't know if you remember.
I don't.
You said it's a call for everyone to get to know their customers better.
100%.
So these technologies, data science, analytics, insights.
Yeah.
It's a call for businesses to be more data driven. We need to get to know our clients.
No, that's true.
But also, Webster, if you want to do business with me, you've got to do some research. You've got to get your hands dirty. You've got to spend some hours wanting to understand me, understand my industry. So let's say, Webster, as an example, your clients in the real estate space.
Yeah.
What are the top trends that you know that are affecting real estate? What are the big policy changes which will affect real estate going forward?
I get you.
What are businesses in that space worried, concerned about? Because you've got to meet them at their level.
True.
You've got to meet your customers at their level.
No, that's true.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
So you can't paint everyone with the same brush.
Yeah. No, definitely you can't.
And this is for me what I think. What you said is exactly the solution for navigating this competitive market. You've got to know your customers. Who is our ideal customer?
True.
What do they care about? What are they interested in? What's their biggest problem? What is their aspirations? What's their desires? What's their goals? What do they spend on? When do they spend?
How much?
How do they want to buy?
Yeah, no. True. It's
What is their fear? What is their fear? If you think of your customer now, what is their fear? You get my point? What is their fear? Let me sum up that answer. You've got to put yourself in their shoes.
You have to become them.
You have to become them. So the way that you are selling, if the way you are selling, if you're selling that what you are selling to yourself, would you buy it? Would you buy from you? I think that's the question I'm asking you. Would you buy from you, Webster?
I would.
Don't be biased.
No. I know I would.
Webster,
Let me tell you why.
I need you to be. I need you to be impartial, and when it comes to this type of answers.
No, let me tell you why.
Okay, tell us why.
The reason why I'm saying that is when I started the work I do now, the clients that I service now, it's an older version of me.
Okay.
Where I started as an author, I went through that whole process and I got to a place and a certain level of success or whatever. And then I started helping other people and my clients to achieve the exact same thing I achieved. So I did that for myself. And then I started helping clients to achieve the exact same.
Okay.
So for me, I 100%.
That's fine.
100%.
That's okay. I was asking that question because there's a follow-up question.
Okay.
I was trying to move you somewhere.
Okay.
So I'm glad we're now getting there.
Okay.
So I've asked you the first question, Webster, whether you would buy from you, and you said yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask you a follow-up question. Webster, do you think that there's areas that you need to improve on?
100%.
Give us one area that you think you need to improve on. This is about you buying from you now.
Yeah. One area to improve on, better communication.
Better communication. We can work with that.
Yeah.
And this is exactly the point I'm wanting to drive here. We're now at a time where, as salespeople, as sellers, as business owners, we need to pause and ask that question. What do I need to improve on? Because maybe that lack of communication or ineffective way of communicating is costing your business. And when we say communication, we can then start unpacking that. Which part of communication? Are you struggling to ask better questions? Are you struggling to articulate your proposition? Are you struggling to listen? Right?
Right. No, I get you.
Isn't that the whole communication process is reciprocal?
No, it is. It definitely is. For us, obviously, it's more on how fast we reply.
Okay.
To certain questions.
Yeah, but also this whole because you see now the concept of replying is based on the art of listening. Because most people don't listen to understand; they listen to answer.
True.
Most people don't listen to understand. They okay. But they're listening, but already they are thinking of an answer. Not listening to understand where you're coming from.
100%.
Because if I'm listening to understand, and that's, you see, it goes back to the concept of putting yourself in their shoes. Because if I can understand Webster as my customer, where you're coming from, in there, I'm going to start to, realize or understand, identify your fears. Because in your answer,
it's all there.
There will be the signs will be there. Like this whole say. The signs will be there.
Yeah.
So this whole concept of fear, if you're listening to customers genuinely to understand, you will pick up their fears. One of their fears is you are a service provider. Will this specific one will different? Will this specific one be different? From the past one or the previous one, because the guys I've been working with, they weren't trustworthy.
I get you.
So clients also, they've burned. The clients have got scars.
True. No, 100%.
Clients have got scars from people who haven't got, values. People who cheat their way to getting sales. So by the time I'm sitting in front of a salesperson, right? A wolf in a what?
Sheep's clothes.
In sheep's clothes, in sheepskin and stuff. Yeah. Already my mind is stuck there to say, hey, this guy, is sounding so, so smooth. He's sounding this, he's sounding that. But my experience has taught me that this is how salespeople sound when they want to what? When they want to manipulate you.
100%. Which then, but you've kind of answered the question, because I was going to ask what mistakes do then salespeople make in today when they're selling to a more knowledgeable buyer because of that access to information. But you've pretty much answered it.
Yeah,
there. It's assumptions.
It's assumption,
and
not being
really
prepared.
listening,
Not
and
doing
the
your research.
not doing your research, which is
wanting
a
to
problem.
get to the sale quickly without building trust, rapport, and stuff. Because let me at this point, which will be valuable to, someone watching this. A no in sales is not indefinite. It's not indefinitely. It's not a no. Is not. It's not forever.
Okay.
I don't
In
know.
sales.
In sales,
Yeah.
yes, in sales, but also in other things as well, depending on how you want to look at it. So the way we interpret no in our world, it's just a not now type of a situation.
Okay.
And the danger here is that most salespeople, when they hear no, what do? They put on their boxing gloves. Now they want to fight the client because they see that as a dead end. And it's not. All the client is saying is, I don't need it now.
True.
But if you called me next week,
Chances. Yeah.
chances are now I've got the need. If you called me a month later, isn't it?
No, it's true. No, it's definitely true. It's a timing thing sometimes.
Webster, most of the client we do business with is people who the conversation started with a no.
Interesting.
But you've got to then be willing to plant the seed. You've got to be willing to show that, you know what, I care about going through a journey with you. It's fine, I understand. We haven't got an opportunity to do business right now. I can appreciate that. But if you've got some time in the next coming days, I'd love to grab lunch with you, just for us to get to know each other professionally.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense.
Then that's how you build relationships. And by the way, even if the specific client who's saying no doesn't need your solution, now what do? Let me see if you're listening. Let not put you on the spot.
No. For me, I would ask questions. What I normally do, I rarely get people saying no, but when I do get people saying no, is I like having conversation. I have a conversation with a client. We have like a consultation call and just want to understand, where are you, what's going on, so I can listen to what's really, what their issues are.
There's that, Webster. But the point which I wanted to drive now is, you start opening opportunities for referrals. You've got to start seeing, growing and your network with people in that way. So it's fine. The client I'm dealing with at the moment doesn't have a need for my product.
Right.
But as I build relationships with them, and I mean, I'm not suggesting that it becomes so abrupt in a way that, okay, I can understand you don't want to buy from me. Give me 3 people who will buy from me. Or give me 3 clients in your network. We haven't built our trust.
Yeah, no, it's not.
At that stage, it's not a time to ask for that.
Yeah.
And this is why it's very important to know when to ask for referrals. It's very important. Once the trust has been built, and this is why I say, be comfortable with planting a seed. Show customers who you are. Show people who you are. Once people start to trust you, and sometimes even like you, because it's not always the case that they must trust and like you.
True.
Or they must like you to do business with you.
Yeah. No, I agree.
But the trust element is very, very, very huge.
Of course.
Right? Okay, now we've built trust. Now I see how genuine you are. You've invited me over a lunch or over a round of golf. We've been chatting, we've been talking. I can see who this guy is.
100%.
Then once I see that we're now at a point of level of comfort, now I can start throwing those asks about would you mind, introducing me to a few people in your network? Because people have to protect their network.
Of course.
For one main reason. If I introduce you to my people and you harm them, it's my reputation at stake.
100%.
Because now you are my person.
100%.
You are my person. I brought you into their lives, into their businesses.
100%.
So I'm also going to be careful who I introduce to who.
100%. It's a reflection of you, basically.
And if I can see that this guy, I can't trust him, Webster, I'm not going to put you in front of people that I love.
100%.
I won't do it.
100%.
And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to do this.
Yeah. No, that's how it's supposed to work. It's very hard to open a door for someone who is not going to represent you and themselves well when they walk through that door, because then it makes everybody look bad. So it makes sense. It makes sense.
100%.
No, I like that. It definitely makes sense. So then when we're looking at today's market where so many products, services are the same, there's a lot of similarities, there's faking, like a lot of things look the same, sound the same, especially with AI these days. How does then a salesperson differentiate themselves from the similarities, the fakiness, and all the stuff that's going around? How do you then stand out? How do you then be different in the sea of similarities?
That's a very important question. The answer is simple. In a world where everything looks the same, feels the same, sounds the same, there is one thing that will always be different. You.
Of course.
There's no other Webster.
Of course.
So this is now when, even before the product, even before whatever, they're buying you first.
100%.
We are both selling water. We are both selling whatever. But before the water, I'm first buying you because I know who you are. You're not going to sell me, a low quality product. Because now there's this whole concept of, competing on price.
Yes.
My water is 20 rands. Your water is 10 rands. But at what cost? At what hidden cost? It's 10 rands, yes. It looks cheaper.
Right.
But is it really cheap? What are the aspects of that water that I don't know of? Is that water has been compromised? How do I know? But if I know you and I like you, I trust you, I trust your word that you wouldn't harm me. Webster, I'm prepared to spend that 20. I'm prepared to spend that 20 rand on a bottle of water when there's a 10 rand bottle of water in front of me. Because I'm actually buying. I'm not just buying the water. I'm buying Webster's water. It's not just buying the water. It's buying whose water?
My water.
I'm buying Webster's water.
It's trust.
It's trust. I trust this guy. So this one is coming to me with a cheaper option. And look, I'm not saying 10 out of 10, this water is terrible or it has harmful elements. But there's always a but, right?
Yeah.
At what hidden cost? And by the way, this whole thing of people wanting to compete on price, don't do it. Because cheap things always raise suspicions.
100%. No, that's true. That makes perfect sense. And just like you're saying, it is a trust thing when it comes to this. It really is a trust thing. And yes, there's nothing wrong with cheap things per se. I guess every product has its own market and whatever. But I guess with the kind of
so
people...
that's a good point. Maybe let me elaborate. When you talk about every product has its own market, that's a very good point.
Right.
We're talking about a cheap product positioned in a market that is very rare.
Yeah.
To access products and solutions at that rate.
Yeah, no.
That raises suspicion.
100%.
So I'm just qualifying my point here.
No, true.
There's time for, and I mean, cheap is relative.
That is also true.
But also, this whole concept of, of cheap, I'm not saying I don't buy things which are less cheaper
Of course.
compared to other. It just depends on what type of solutions, firstly, are we talking about? Where do I find them? For which target market is positioned for? For which audience? For which LSM or whatever other measure we're wanting to use when positioning and pricing for this solution? Because companies sometimes deliberately do that.
100%.
Because we're going to have a cheaper vehicle which is entry level. Let's call it entry level.
Right.
We're going to have an entry level vehicle. It won't have a sunroof. It won't have mag wheels. It won't have leather seats. It won't have this. It won't have that. It won't have that. It's fine.
Yeah.
And that's the purpose of that vehicle. It's just an entry vehicle. It's just for someone who just wants a mode of transport to be able to move from point A to point B, but also safely.
True.
Not to say it's bad.
It's basic.
Here comes a Webster who says, nope, I want my car with a sunroof. I want to look cool. I want to, whatever reasons you may have. I want my car with, with leather seats. I want my car with whatever the case may be. There's those dynamics as well. And I'm not disregarding that. But all we're saying is, if you're going to get into a specific market where price ranges don't vary that much, and you come in with some ridiculous pricing in the name of you want to compete.
No.
It doesn't make sense.
No, that makes sense. So then, since we've spoken about competition, we spoke about trust, and we spoke about the differentiating factor, which would be you, which would be me as individuals. But then, what are some effective strategies that salespeople can use when their competitors are better than them, quote unquote, are doing good or are better than them? What are some of the strategies that they can use? I mean, granted, you did give us one, although maybe it's not a strategy, but it's your unique difference and how you do things, how you see things, and the like. But what effective strategies can they?
So remember, Webster, most of us when we first got into business, and we were put in a business seminar, we were taught this whole how to put together a business model, the 9 building blocks, the business canvas.
Yeah.
There's one block there which is very important. Key differentiators. Because you have to get to a point where you then now get into an exercise of conducting competitor analysis. So where do they beat us? Where do we beat them? What makes them stand out? What makes us stand out? Right?
Yeah.
So let's look at SWOT analysis. Are you clear of your strengths? Are you clear of your opportunities? Can you marry the two?
Yeah.
Strengths, opportunities.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind, threats from competitors, our own weaknesses and stuff. It's okay to be aware of the weaknesses.
Of course.
It's okay to want to fix for the weaknesses. But if we're to bring in the Pareto principle here, 80-20, I'll say let 20% of your effort, allocate that to fixing weaknesses. But 80%, put it on focusing on your strengths.
100%.
If you are good at something, enhance it.
100%. Put more money behind it.
If something is working, bet on it.
100%.
You get what I'm saying?
100%.
So look, this is just one way of your question to say, if our competitors seem to be doing much better. Those are some of the questions which I'd possibly start asking. How are they doing it better than us? What is working well for them? Where are we missing it? How can we compete? Who is their,
the the top dog.
Who is their clients? Who is the customer profiles? So this whole concept of where they're beating us and stuff, it's very very important.
With that being said,
Yeah.
because it's a perfect segue now getting into tech, AI, and the like, right?
Yeah.
So if you're saying that, because I know a lot of people would be like, okay, how do I conduct all these analysis that you're talking about and the like? What role does AI play in now reshaping selling and in sales and competition and all of that? What role does AI play?
No, from a perspective, it's easy because it helps you access information instantly. From a perspective of market research, because if I go to my Copilot now, I don't know what AI you use, but we use Copilot.
Nice.
And I mean, people can use whatever AI, tools that are available out there. ChatGPT, possibly as effective in some way. I'm not too familiar with ChatGPT because we're already used to
Copilot.
Copilot since we're already on the Microsoft ecosystem.
Nice.
So if I then started, talking to my Copilot and asked Copilot, prompt
Yes.
Copilot to generate, top businesses in my sector in South Africa,
Right.
I can start getting that list. As much as some of this information may not be as detailed, but already I can start getting pointers in terms of, okay, who are they? What are they doing?
100%.
And when I then start looking into possibly reading more about these businesses, I'll start understanding exactly where they're going right.
100%.
So that market research, these AI concepts or tools, I think they can help us with accessing such information. Webster, I remember I used to work for Statistics South Africa.
Yeah.
So from a perspective of information and data, it's the information is available. If you wanted to then possibly get a sense of your consumer demographics, dynamics, profiles, all those type of things, you can also tap into third party vendors sources,
True.
data sources,
True.
which means now you must also start putting money on the table to getting the rich insights,
Rich inside. Yeah, 100%.
which is about now wanting to understand. You talk about customers. But how big is the opportunity? Let's talk about Capitec when they first launched. What did they do? They understood how big the market is. Firstly, how big the market is, but secondly, how big is the opportunity in that market of what wanting to introduce.
Yeah.
When all the banks have labeled certain people, customers, LSMs as risk.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
Capitec saw an opportunity. We can create a business out of this market. The forgotten ones.
And it worked.
So this is why I'm saying to you, it has to start from gathering the insights. Who is the customer we want to sell to? How big is the opportunity on that customer profile?
No, 100%. And I mean, with that being said right now, I mean, you did mention Copilot and the like, but then what other tools, if there are there that give sales teams kind of like a competitive edge right now? If there are, obviously it would depend on their market and what they do, but what other tools do you think would give them that competitive advantage?
Yeah, look, I also don't want to come here and sound as if I'm selling AI tools, right? Because some of these companies don't have to pay me to be promoting their products. But there is tools. Let's just answer it like that. There are tools which we also use in our in our own space,
Right.
To get access to customer insights, customer profiles, all those type of things. And I mean, these are solutions which we then support some of our clients with when they come for our consultation solutions. So I'm using Copilot freely.
Right.
Talking about Copilot freely because we're a Microsoft partner. So
I get you.
for us, Copilot is one solution which we also leverage on to enhance our clients' environments.
Okay. No, I get you. So with that being said, do you think then that technology has either created more opportunities or has just increased the level of noise in the market?
No, I don't think I know. I know for a fact it has created so much opportunity.
Okay.
But remember, Webster, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder.
100%.
What I mean by that is the same technology which one person is seeing it as a big opportunity, to someone else is the biggest distraction
100%.
or threat or whatever other word.
100%.
Do you get what I'm saying? So
100%.
what I'm saying to you now is the technology is key. That's step one.
Right.
Step two, what do you do with the technology?
100%.
It's about what you do with the technology, because the technology doesn't do these things by itself.
No, true. I think, because we've spent a lot of time on this.
To some people, it's noise.
You know what?
And this is
I agree.
why it's important for people to somewhat push back, step back from the noise,
Right.
and understand exactly the battlefield.
Okay, so closing question.
Okay, closing questions.
What skills separate a top performer from an average performer in this competitive age that we're talking about?
Before we can talk technicals, I would love to talk possibly mindset. Before I can talk about, you've got to know your product, you've got to know this, you've got to know that. You've got to think right about yourself first.
Right.
I'm a big advocate for mindset.
Yeah.
Your thinking has got you here.
True. 100%. I definitely agree with that.
That's one quality, one big quality. You are who you think you are. You are what you think you are.
True.
You are how you think.
True.
So 80% of your life, if not 90%, is probably shaped by your thinking. And we can sum that up by saying your thinking can be your biggest asset or it can be your biggest enemy.
100%. I agree with you there. I cannot agree with you more there. It's your thermostat at the end of the day. Sheesh, wow. Okay, so thank you so much. That was great. And yeah, we close just like that.